No, enjoy it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's just it's weird
cry.
to me that you like this guy that much.
I'm gonna fucking cry. No, it's the character, Alex. I've been holding this in for a fucking week because I want to pay respect to spoilers. I have done my research. I've seen shit online. Man of Steel 2 is pretty much confirmed. Henry Cavill is back to the role, so we have one of the best Superman getting a motherfucking legit sequel. Why? Because Dwayne Johnson made it happen, and because he did that, I am seeing this film 5 times. I bought 4 tickets here. I bought another 4 tickets for 9:30 that we're gonna miss, and so I guess, hey, you can just have my money. I didn't show up to those, so I've got 8 in there already, and I'm planning to see it a few more times with other friends and family and see what they think. You know, I'm curious what your average moviegoer who's not the critic, who's not going to, pick it apart, what do they think? What do you think this is a cool character? Not knowing anything about the comics. But so obviously what I'm talking about is the end credit scene. They fucking filmed it because Johnson made it happen. His agent, same agent for Henry Cavill. Johnson went to bat. Look, y'all want the star power of The Rock behind, this was announced years ago. It's been years since he's been announced to be Black Adam. Unfortunately, the product itself is not as good as I was hoping for. But the future and the talks behind the scenes, he brought back Henry Cavill. We've got a Man of Steel 2 in development and a 100% promise that Superman and Black Adam will be facing off. I hope it's based kind of on, what we have seen in the animated stuff, and that it won't be as bad as Black Adam's story. And unfortunately, and it was done so amazingly. Superman looks great. They gave him the fucking curl back, so we're going more traditional Superman. We gave him the curl. They've lightened up his suit, and they have the John Williams thing, something I never thought we'd see with the Henry Cavill, right? Because he's got the Hans Zimmer, which I love the Hans Zimmer score. But to see these two together, I'm like, he gave the fans what they want. He says, we need to talk. He's like, no. Basically, what everybody said was true. It's like, I'm the most strongest thing on this planet. And he's like, well, he doesn't actually, Superman doesn't actually come in and say, well, good thing I'm not from this planet, because that would have been a little better. Instead, we just need to talk.
Waller does.
It's Waller. And I don't really like the Waller idea that she's like turning into like the Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury of the Marvel. We don't really need that, though Waller does have some badass pool. I don't really believe that like she's like fucking Superman's like her lap dog or something, and she can just sick Superman on him. But I think it's more like Superman needs to know what's up, because he himself would already be curious about what's happening over here. So, but whatever. The future of this is fucking bright. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. However, part of me is like, oh, fuck. When I think about it, it's like, well, you can't actually do what I was hoping for, the animated version of it, where Shazam looks up to Superman, and Superman's kind of his mentor, and then fucking Black Adam shows up, and they all fight, and they work together. Because Black Adam's not a fucking villain. He's not even an anti-hero. He's just a straight-up hero. So when him and Superman, let's play the scene out. We need to talk, and he's like, okay, let's talk. And then they talked it out, and then they're cool, and they give fist bumps to each other. And that's what this Black Adam would end up doing, because the 90s skateboard kid would be like, hey, Superman's cool. You remember that poster that you ruined? That was Superman, and trust me, he's cool. And then Black Adam would be like, cool, okay, like the man with no name, cool? And he's like, yeah. And so Black Adam would be like, all right, cool, we're cool.
Not what you wanted.
So now what you would need is you would need to completely reverse Black Adam's character. You would need to come up with some contrived reason that he gets pissed off or he's fucking mad. Okay, how about this? Are you listening, DC, WB? Kill off 90s skateboard kid and his mom. Do that.
Superman kills him. Superman's like, you ruined the Black Adam movie, and he rips the spine out of the child. And then Black Adam's like,
no.
No? Why not?
No. And come to think of it, let's talk some more about killing, right? So in this version of Superman, the Man of Steel, so you're telling me the Man of Steel is going to come talk to him about killing people, and Black Adam's going to be like, oh, really, fool? You motherfucking killed Zod, did you not? And Superman's like,
It had to be done.
it had to be done. No, I agree with that. And I still defend that scene. I still defend the fact that this Superman had to essentially, before he was, before he's been around the block a few times, he had to take on 50 Superman, and there was nothing that could be done. It wasn't just to save one small family in that moment, though it was just the entire Earth. So anyways, so that's going to be pretty awkward, and it's going to feel pretty contrived. They could do a Black Adam possession thing that they've done in the comics where there's actually, Teth Adam and a different Adam, but they've already shown the backstory, so they can't really do that. They do a twist in this film where they make it seem like the little boy shown at the beginning, this little kid in Kahndaq, it is so melodramatic, it is so stupid that they're enslaved and they're just working in the mines for this unobtainium, and then this old dude finds it, and the kid's like, no, don't worry, everybody follow me, and all the like fucking slaves and men and muscular dude are like, yeah, let's follow this kid, instead of just like grabbing him and killing him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no, it's so stupid. And then, but he's like, and then he's like the savior, and he does this stupid thing. This is a thing in Black Adam, okay? This everybody does that, and then for no apparent reason, the entire kingdom is also doing that. It's all right. And then they try to cut his head off, but he disappears, and he's given the powers of the wizard. And so you think that, oh, okay, this is Black Adam, and then eventually he just goes mad with power. But that's not true. What happens is that it is his son that gets the power. And I kind of knew when they showed his father and they wouldn't show his face, and I could see, I was like, that's The Rock. I could see his face.
Well, yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible CGI on the face. His body's skinnier and shit, but I was like, that's The Rock.
He's still kind of built. It wasn't Rock build, but it's still built.
I called him skinny, but he's not skinny.
No.
He's built. Just not Rock. Anyways, so it turns out that the kid had the powers, so the wizards, and I actually kind of like that lore change, where they didn't really make a mistake, because it's always bothered me that the wizards are like, yeah, I'll give you great power, and then but that has its own story implications too, and potential, that it's like you think somebody's good and then evil can turn them, and fuck. So, but in this one, this kid was good. They gave the kid the powers, and then his father, basically the kingdom's king, got so pissed off he was killing the family in retribution for trying to be the leader of this fucking new rebellion. So he kills his mother, and then the father is about to die, so attacks the father, and we see skinny CGI, or less buff CGI Rock. And the son basically says, say the word Shazam with me, and then they both transfer, and he's now the badass Black Adam, and his son doesn't have the power, and right then gets hit by an arrow. So his son actually dies. So the real Teth Adam, or the real Black Adam, that dies. So they can't really do that possession thing before, because I thought, oh, maybe they'll do like the father and son are bonded into one body. That's kind of weird, but they didn't do that. No, it was the kid does get killed. So it is totally and completely the father. What do you think about that?
Good.
I think it's fine. I think that the problem is, like, when you let someone like the Rock try to dictate everything, like you can't have the Rock do this. Like, you need to find someone who can plan out these movies better. Because honestly, we have a really, really disappointing looking Shazam movie about to come out. And
hold on. The Rock didn't plan out this film, I don't think.
The Rock?
I'm not going to put the blame on the writing and directing on
The Rock
on
says
the
what he
story
wanted,
idea.
right? He said in public, I want to fight Superman.
Yeah, no, that's what he got. He got his wish
And I
end.
do not want him to immediately fight Superman. It doesn't make any thematic sense. It ruins the character. And you need someone smarter than The Rock in charge for him saying, I want this.
Nobody says that they will immediately fight.
He needs to be in this fucking Shazam movie. He needed to win this movie. He needed to be the villain, and he needed to win.
Yes.
And then he needs to fight Shazam, because Shazam 2 looks like garbage. We just watched the trailer
Yes.
again. It
Oh
looks
my
terrible.
God.
And then
What
CGI
are they
fest.
doing?
And then he should have. And then when he in Shazam 2, he should fucking kick
What are
Shazam's
they
ass.
doing?
And then when he
Yes.
kicks Shazam's ass, then we have the
Then
we have
no. That's how I
gonna be
want it to go, and
Yeah.
there's a small hope it could still go that way. But it's
Oh,
gonna
there's
feel
no
so
way.
shitty that you have a pointless Shazam movie. Everything is done out of order, and this is the problem with DC. And honestly, it feels like a potential new mistake. Like we're rushing fucking headfirst into another. Let's rush through.
We got
all of our
League.
we got an
basically
okay we got
stuff.
an okay Man of Steel movie. Let's immediately go to Batman v
No,
Superman.
no, no, no.
And it's like
Okay, that- yeah,
and it's
that's-
like why?
It's not an okay. It's an excellent Elseworld story, and I'm sticking to that 100% badass.
Yeah, I
film.
agree that if we- if-
that's not the Superman from the comics, it's a Superman that was thrust into a position of defending the planet before he's even fucking had a
Yeah,
chance.
Elseworld, as in not the real Superman. I got it. Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, we like they make a movie and they want to rush right into the next thing. It's like,
Yes.
look, building and anticipation and setting up the movies is so much more important than The Rock going, man, I can only do horse steroids so many times this week. We need to do this movie and then I need to do the next movie. That dude's huge. Like,
Bro, I don't think you took horse steroids. That's a low blow. I think you worked hard at it. And dude's in the gym all the fucking time. Anyways, whatever.
you do not get that large as a human being without doing an insane amount of steroids.
Whatever, that's your opinion. Anyways,
That is- okay.
have you fucking seen Henry Cavill? I guess you're saying Henry Cavill did.
Henry Cavill
steroids
is
too?
nowhere near the size of The Rock. Not
I
close.
don't know, man. Did you see when he jumped out of that water, Joe? In Man of Steel. I audibly heard Joe go.
Yeah, you guys,
I
you
still
guys are
remember
weird
that
about
moment. We fucking was watching Man of Steel and
Yeah. All right, so The Rock is not on steroids. Fine.
Anyways, so Joe, that was Alex. What are you thinking about this whole future of Black
It does
Adam?
have me kind of worried because DC
Yeah.
does like to rush.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a kind of a toss-up. I don't expect great things.
Yeah. Let's talk about how the message of this film. Okay, I'm playing devil's advocate. Is kind of murder is cool and awesome.
Yeah, because
Murder is cool and awesome. Let's teach our kids murder is cool and awesome, and it kind of.
Because that's what the lady said. She
yeah.
told Hawkeye,
the-
it's like, well, he has the guts to do this stuff that you can't.
But I guess it should be that. Listen, if you wanted to make that point and do the killing, then hit the gas. And they didn't hit the gas. So they wanted to have it both ways. They want him to have it be a good guy who's killing rather than an anti-hero who's killing. We needed way more
He only kills
anti-hero.
bad guys. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter because he only kills like kidnappers and people who are like roughing up. Like, it doesn't matter. He only kills bad guys, so it's kind of pointless.
I just wish we could arrive with that decision later on through learning, because that's true as well for the current Black Adam, but he will not hesitate to kill somebody who, actually at this point. So that's probably why they had the JSA in this one, because he's had history with the JSA. He's even been on the fucking team. And so that's what they did here. He joins the JSA team. So basically, the plot of this one, we get the dumb exposition at the beginning, exposition fest, and I was like, God, if they would have just started with, and then everybody's kind of speaking their own tongue, and just lean hard into the culture. It's okay with subtitles, but I would have been all right not understanding what anybody was saying, and then stop treating the audience as they're so fucking dumb. It would have been cool.
Well, the writers are dumb.
You know the moment that he walks into the kingdom to stop the dude before he wears the crown? Just start the film there, man, and fucking have a fight scene, and it's like, and now we're kind of learning the history of what's going on here, but there's just so much other dumb shit that's in the fucking way. And then we go to current times where this lady is she's
a curator of a museum, and she knows
She needs a crown.
the hidden location of the secret.
It's
what I was
even
gonna
hidden.
say. Go ahead. No, I don't want to take it away from you.
She knows where the crown is. And,
Everybody does.
Yeah.
They literally go like this. They put their shoulder through, 4 or 5 cracks, and all of a sudden,
Boom.
the most powerful fucking
It's just
prison
right there.
is right. It's so stupid that this thing has been here this whole fucking
It's like
time,
if
and
you're gonna
nobody
make
can
some
find
kind
it.
of like Tomb Raider thing.
It would have been cool, Tomb Raider, or have a fucking key, or like the thing that she was wearing. There's so many ways that they could have done it where it unlocks the thing, and her family was guarding the fucking secret because they think it's the fucking champion. But no, they just say something's in that mountain, and then they drive to the mountain, and then
There it is.
then they're in the mountain. They fucked it up, man. This film could have been so much better with better writers. The visuals are amazing. The Rock looks great. The lightning looks awesome. He fucking kills people.
He evaporates
And that's why
someone.
I'm like, this film is half right and half wrong. God damn it. You could even have the JSA in it. But this JSA was lame as fuck, man. Adam Smasher... It's so stupid.
And
they tried to do this. They tried to do the fucking love thing with Adam and Cyclone. It's like, shut up. I don't care if Adam Smasher smashes Cyclone. I don't give a fuck about this. It's not endearing, and it's just shut up. You're taking up too much time. And I'm starting to think people that grow big are stupid. Their fight, they fight so slow, and to land one in, wonderful, man. Suck B team bullshit.
Oh, he's not the B team.
Come on.
He is not the B team. He's way lower than B team. He's way lower than that.
Now, Dr. Fate should be way more powerful than he is in this film.
They just treat him like he just does everything that any. If you've ever seen any Doctor Strange do something cool, that's the only thing he does.
He's done it way better.
And it's like, what's so disappointing? It's just like this. That's a character I like. It's like, how do you
Fate is awesome.
How do you do nothing with this character?
Yeah, like I said, in Injustice, like the effects are way better, and then in the film, I don't really like it. It's So, anyways, basically, she walks into this secret underground chamber that's a prison. Just so happens to grab the crown, and then just then all these soldiers show up. It would have been nice.
How did they know?
It would have been nice
Ishmael
to have
told
them to set that up a little better, and they have helicopters and even more reinforcements when they get their asses kicked. Now, great scene. When I saw this in the trailer, I'm like, this doesn't really have any impact. But in the movie, it does. It's fucking awesome. He's shooting, they're shooting guns, and then he's just back and forth, just beating ass.
Murdering people.
Evaporating
Like fucking amazing action. And I don't know if I said that enough in the review up front. The action in this is fucking amazing. Every action sequence is great. Musical choices, not so great in a follow-up. But so he fucking beats everybody up. Her partner betrays her. He's already acting fishy. It's like, what happened to the other guy? Oh, he stepped out for air, but he really got murdered. We have a comic relief character, the fat uncle dude, who's funny, wins me over. I liked him, but, it's kind of tropey. And, anyway, so beats everybody up in there, and then they're like, fuck, so she runs out with the crown. So this crown, and I guess this film needed... So because they went with he's a hero, we have to have a different villain for Black Adam to fight. And they went with Sabak. And, this is one of those that deep dive kind of stuff where I'm wondering if it loses the audience. Wait, so I'm sorry, what? 7 demons and where are these demons at? Or is that hell? What's going on? And then
It was bad.
Yeah.
And the CG on him wasn't all that great a lot of the time. Like, the rest of the CG was pretty good. And you watch, like, the literal devil run around, and it's like, it's not.
So he gets the crown. She gets the crown, escapes, and then they have this, again, it's cool looking. Helicopters show up. He fucking destroys these very easy. Very cool looking. But then they play Paint It Black, and the fucking
Classic.
audio is like, and it makes the sound shittier. And I don't understand why they're slowing the song down too. And then he beats everybody up in slow motion and have major explosions. And then we have the scene where he shows up with the van and they roll up the windows, laughy. But he gets hit with the fucking rocket. Somebody take it over.
They said this is something that they set up.
I found it Eternium.
Well, yeah, so he gets hit with an unobtainium grenade.
Eternium, Alex.
It gets shot at
it's
him.
Eternium.
And so you think what they're doing is they're setting up kryptonite, which again,
that's what I thought
with the
they were
history of
doing.
Superman, kryptonite is also really stupid. But he gets hit with this thing and knocks him the fuck out. Like he's bleeding and like he's passed out. I don't know how this tiny woman carries the Rock, because the Rock probably weighs 300 pounds.
With the brother.
The brother's not lifting 300. Fuck, he's already lifting his own 300 pounds. He's not lifting another 300 pounds. And so they're set up like, oh shit, this guy's got a weakness. Are we gonna play with that? Are we setting up this big thing that he's the big villain? No, they completely ignore it for the rest of the whole fucking movie.
Not even Intergang notices.
Yeah, they just go. He goes zzz, when he wakes up. He's like, I'm not broken anymore. And
not even JSA, where they're getting their asses kicked by Black Adam, and they're like, fuck, we need to figure something out. And they don't even notice.
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. And then the movie meanders for a fucking hour with this little kid he's like, I'm going to be John Connor. I'm going to teach you got to have a catchphrase, and I'm going to teach you some stuff. And it goes on forever. And it's like, you need to be a good guy. He's like, I'm not a good guy. And they do that for an hour. They do it for an hour.
Acting is so bad. And there's so many scenes where it sounds like he's 80 yard. I'm wondering if that's not even the kid's voice.
Yeah.
Did you notice
there's
that?
There's several scenes, especially at the end where he's standing up there like this, that it's definitely not.
I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Okay, so you have this awkward stuff here, but it's also fish out of water funny. I did like him just like bursting through walls, moving a couch, and the guy's like fucking eating popcorn, and he was watching one of my favorite films, The Man with No Name trilogy, which the good, the bad, and the ugly. Though I highly recommend for a few dollars and for a fistful of dollars and for a few dollars more. And Black Adam actually pays attention to it for a little bit, but for no reason blows it up. But later on in the film, he's showing that he likes it. So he didn't need to blow it up. He could have just been like, and then went on with the scene, because he blows it up. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, he bursts through walls and shit, and he just kind of does whatever the fuck he wants, which is appropriate to the character. And I'm saying, I wish we had more Black Adam. But a lot of the focus then is taken away so that we can soften him. So all of this is meant in order to soften his character right away from birth, or from in origin. And we do see that he does have a good heart or some kind of moral code, because when all the soldiers were shooting at him, there was a rock that was about to hit the lady, and he saved her. But it could have just also been the fact that she was the one that said the word Shazam, which was so contrived. I'm like, God damn it, like, his resurrection is so dumb. It's like she runs. Okay, so all the soldiers show up in the room, and she gets off the rock with the crown, and then purposefully goes all the way around for some contrived reason, and then gives up the crown, and then gets put down on her knees. And it just so happens that where she was the little lightning, and then she started reading it for no reason, even though her kid and she's gonna maybe die, or her friends are gonna die, and she's gonna die. She reads it, and that's what releases Black Adam. I wish it was done slightly differently.
Yeah.
But
that was a little bit rough.
all right, so then we go to present day Kahndaq, which is oppressed by Intergang. God, Intergang is so stupid. And the crown of Sabak is it's kind of stupid. So after he slaughters all the soldiers, and they eventually shoot an Eternium. An Eternium rocket at him, which does hurt him. At first, it doesn't seem like it hurts him, because in the Rock, it's contractually obligated that I don't lose fights and I don't lose. And so he flies off into the thing, but then he does fall back down. So that's not true. He does fall back down, and they carry him off somehow. But we get Amanda Waller right away, who basically is like, oh shit, Black Adam is awake. She knows everything about it. So it's like, fucking Amanda Waller's a piece of shit. Because they're right. The one point in the film that I like that they never address other than window dressing is, hey, you motherfuckers, this is the first time you've been here. We've been oppressed for like hundreds of years, and now you're going to show up? Like, where the fuck were you before?
Exactly.
I like that, but then the film never really
That does nothing with anything.
They just say it once. So then Amanda Waller's like, oh, fuck, so we know all about Kandarian history and Kahndaq, and he's been asleep for 5,000, and now he's woken up, and we can't handle him. He's too powerful.
Send the C team.
Send the fucking C team.
He's the most powerful thing that's ever woken
Hey,
up.
at least
C-Team, go!
She doesn't send the Suicide Squad, even though they handled fucking Starro, which is a pretty high threat level. She could have sent the Suicide Squad, but no. This time they're on vacation, and she chooses. And the Justice League is not in this film anymore, or not in existence
Wonder
anymore.
Woman's in 1984 still.
All right, so they go with the JSA, and I was searching for a mention of the Justice League and why they're choosing the JSA. That would have been nice. No mention.
They didn't want to drop hints. Damn it.
So they assemble a team. Who are you going to put together? And then it fucking turns into X-Men, and we see this one girl going in a gate, showing up to Hawkman's house, and her powers are stupid, and then
She blows you.
and I'm like, this is kind of turning into a good joke. And then to hammer the joke home, Atom Smasher shows up, but it's not the original Atom Smasher. The original Atom Smasher is
The Fonz.
Henry Winkler.
The real Henry cameo in this movie.
Fonz, yeah. And so he's borrowing his uncle's suit and trying to be a hero like his uncle. This guy's I mean, it was good. All right. There are a few funny moments where he probably does more damage to his team than he does fucking Black Adam, knocking out fucking Hawkeye at one moment in the middle. Yeah. Breaking shit in Kahndaq, and the people were like, what the fuck, bro? Anyways, what
Yeah,
else?
being big is a curse. It just sucked.
Yeah.
It's a stupid power.
And he fights the. He fights them.
Yeah, so they go to show up to place him under arrest, and he's like, "I don't surrender, and you're not placing me under arrest." So we hit another badass fight. Like I said, it goes from fight sequence to fight sequence, right? So I can at least give it that. So I liked the opening where he is born and beats up all the inner gang people, and then we have funny fish out of water thing. I'll tolerate the skateboard kid if you get everything else right. Unfortunately, they didn't. Then the JSA fight, which is a good fight. And so they kind of get their butts kicked. They eventually get a little bit of an upper hand, but Black Adam can go into glowy eyes mode and do a big explosion. And so he kind of gains the upper hand here. But as this is all going on, is this the moment where
The kid runs off with the crown.
Yeah.
And then eventually
This kid has a fucking trap door in his room?
Yes.
To escape because it's been hunted.
Through the vent.
So
No, it's through his cabinet that opens
Yeah,
up.
and he goes through the vent.
Yeah, I guess that's. So the kid takes the crown back home. The mother keeps it because the Dr. Fate's like, holy shit, you got this crown. You're not supposed to have it, you fucking idiot. This is not something for you to be running around with. That's something that I should be having.
And instead of taking it, he's like, oh, I can't deal with this right now. I got to fucking fight.
And then she doesn't want to give it to him for some reason because, Dr. Fate is fucking evil or something.
She
And
doesn't trust him, all right?
I don't know. She's fucking
I believe
dumb.
it.
And
Yes.
the kid is dumb. And then the uncle's dumb. And the
You
uncle.
can't believe it, Joe, and think it's dumb.
No, I believe it. It's like these guys never show up, and now you guys want to show up?
Right.
No, I'm not going to give you this shit.
So
Yeah, that's
she's-
what-
Yeah, that's
but
what
I'm-
I
who's
believe.
going to steal? The devil. She knows the devil comes to earth if someone gets
She's
this
gonna
crown.
No, I agree that her motivation is I'm not giving this to you
It's
because I don't
dumb,
fucking know who you
But
is.
I get it.
But she cannot defend herself to the
That
point.
guy's gonna end up like a indestructible plane. He makes wings come out of anywhere. He can hit you with the earth. That guy can make an infinite copies of himself. It's like, nah, my son with the skateboard is more trustworthy with the devil crown than you. No, you do not believe that she wouldn't give him to you because that is stupid. And I think that you are smarter than that. And so the kid runs away, and guess what? He loses it
Ishmael-
because he's a shitty kid.
Ishmael abducts him and flees on This is literally written down. Ishmael manages to abduct Amon and flees on an Eternium bike.
Yep.
And so then, so in the middle of the fight, they don't really get to finish their fight because Adam and them kind of join. Well, not really here, but Adam is like, she's like, help my son. And so then Black Adam is ripping apart different bikes and killing people, which I liked.
Yes.
And then the JSA try to help, and they're like, stop killing people.
They don't think the kid has the crown. I don't think they think the kid has the crown, and they're just like, we're gonna stop fighting because this kid's really important, and if everyone disagrees, it's like we know everyone's been dying in the city, like we've killed a ton of people, but this one kid with the skateboard is too important to not go on a mission for.
And then out of nowhere, one guy presses an Eternium button that makes his bike go super fast.
Yeah.
And the CGI looks hilarious on this part. It's like the rock stays and they're going super fast. And I think they end up in China or something.
Yeah.
Someone.
And I shit you not. I think on the bike it goes the top line, I think, says overused
Yeah.
and Eternium overload system error. And I'm like, yes, there's a lot of overused Eternium plot stuff in this. And so the bike crashes. And this is the last bike. So he's like, yeah, this kid is definitely in here. And they do a shot where the kid is in there. But then they show the kid is not in there. Because the shot that they were showing was from a different bike in the truck. And so he's like, God damn it. And here's some funny moments. So just have some good jokes in it. He's like, fucking throws the dude and kills him. And then Dr. Fate is able to teleport in. He's like, bring him in. I will break his mind. And The Rock is like,
You killed him, didn't you?
he's not going to make it. I love it. It's a good moment.
It was.
That's why I go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hawkman manages to capture 2 inner gang members, and then he fucking, brings them to the hideout. Which first Black Adam bursts through the fucking wall again. He's like, God damn it, do they not have doors in your fucking place? And he's like, yeah, they got doors. We walked through them. He's like, I was being sarcastic, you asshole. And then so the rest of the film, he has these really bad sarcastic lines as Black Adam tries to be sarcastic. Oh, I did skip this. I don't know. He does the Man with No Name draw your weapon sequence. I forgot that. And they play the fucking the theme song, the Wild West thing, and he like shoots them all, which...
It kills them all.
Yeah, I like, but it just feels out of place. It feels like this was like The Rock is like this here. I would like to do
this. Would be funny.
Look, I like this movie too, but this scene was kind of dumb. It's
kind of dumb and awkward. So, anyways, back to this. After they're like, okay, we can use these guys. Then The Rock says, okay, they're like, stop killing people, God damn it, don't kill these. He's like, okay, I will never kill anybody again, and I will respect them and everything. And I was like, oh shit, okay, well, I was gonna laugh, and I laughed at that moment because I'm like, the writing is so fucking bad here that I kind of believed them, and they're just gonna have this heel turn or this good guy turn, right? But no, it was a fake out. He fucking flies up into the air with him, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And so he's like, I'm going to kill one of you. Tell whichever one tells me first will not die. Then he drops one, and the other guy tells him, and he drops that guy too, because the Hawkman shows up. Stop killing people. And then later on, he does reveal that he's like, well, I waited until you showed up because I knew you were going to save them.
It's called
these
sarcasm.
Good moments. Good moments.
No, you
For
lied.
this particular Black Adam, who is not an anti-hero and who is not a villain and who is already a hero, it is good moments for this particular version of the character. All right. What's next?
We have to give the crown that summons the devil and will end the world and raise the minions of hell, and everyone on Earth will die in fiery death.
Yeah, so they go to the base.
We have to trade the crown that summons the devil to the guy that wants to become the devil for a kid with a skateboard.
No.
And that's what happens.
No. And so they go to this base, and they're like, all right, we got a plan of action. Here's what we're going to do. And Black Adam's already gone. And I like that because he's just as powerful as Superman. He can go in there and just destroy the whole place himself. And he does.
No, they've got obtainium shells. All they have to do is hit him with one.
God damn it. Alex, it is not obtainium. I got the correct term for you to use.
Yeah.
It is Eternium.
Oh, Eternium. Got
An
it.
Eternium shield.
Okay.
And then there's an Eternium shield bubble.
It is so they're at an Eternium mining facility, and they all have Eternium weapons.
Eternium.
This is where they make it. They have
and they never do anything.
And then it doesn't do anything
They have
with
a
it.
bubble.
They do.
That's it.
They
the
have,
bubble.
They have a bubble that he
Sorry.
can't get through.
Oh shit! And he punches the bubble,
It's
and they
all
can't
part
get
of
the
his
bubble.
master plan.
Well, it is the massive plan because I thought this was the dumbest fucking plan I've ever seen in my life because he's got him right where he wants him. Got the kid, the mother's freaking out. The JSA is like, oh shit, maybe we should help the kid, and then maybe let's let Black Adam loose on him. But oh, we can't. None of us can get through this bubble. And then and so they're like, all right, give the fucking crown back. So then they get the crown, but he turns off the bubble. I'm like, why did you turn off the bubble? That's your only thing. And so then Black Adam goes in there
Yeah.
and kills him.
Kills him. Yeah.
He kills him. Why you turn off the bubble? I don't understand the point of this. But later on, and I was like, Joe, what the fuck? But it is revealed that later on it was his plan the whole time.
He needed to
be
die.
Killed by.
Yeah, but the good guys didn't know
I'm not
that.
sure if he even really knew that.
He knew.
The
he
good
knew
guys.
it. He knew he needed to die.
Yes.
All right. So, but he dies with the crown infused in his body. But what happens if he got separated from the crown and something fell on him?
Or maybe a guy's like super fast, like he can move like everything's
Right.
in slow motion. He can just be like, no.
Couldn't he have just taken the crown and stabbed himself at any moment?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just
Yeah.
wondering.
This is.
Anyways, so
They doomed the entire world
because of the kid.
because of the kid,
Right.
And not because. Look, this is stupid, but you know how they do it in
But
comics.
what were they going to do?
I
no,
have a question.
The reason why he did the bubble off is for the crown.
Yeah. All you have to do is you have a guy who knows the future, right? And we don't know what the future is. And he won't tell you.
No, that's not. He can't do specific visions when he wants, whenever he wants.
So, I
Don't work that way.
All right, fine. I won't tell you. You go on.
But that's not how Dr. Fate works. So if you're going to write it in a way that he...
I'm just saying that the idiocy that we just watched, it's one of the stupidest things in a movie we watched recently. And all you have to do is Dr. Fate says, we have to save this kid, and I cannot tell you what will happen if we don't. And then everyone goes, oh, shit. Like, that's all you have to do. Because he does that over and over and over in this movie already. If you're going to write something fucking dumb and you have a get-out-of-jail-free card and you don't fucking use it, you don't deserve to make a Superman movie. You don't. Fucking stop it.
This motherfucker, what are you talking about? They're not making a Superman movie. This director, Jaume Colette Serra, and Adam Sterling-Kaler, and Rory Haynes and Sol Hrab, they're not making a Superman film. They're not being hired for it.
When The Rock wants to make his movie where he fights Superman, you think all of these people are getting fired?
No, those people are not writing a Superman film. And that will not happen. Do you hear me?
Oh, man, I can't wait for you to have a 4 out of 10 Superman movie.
What the fuck?
I hope
Get
not.
the fuck out of my
I
house.
hope not.
I mean, look, most of the Superman shit we get is garbage. So, like, we need...
What the fuck are you talking
Batman
about?
v Superman?
No, it's not.
Batman v Superman?
Okay, well, I
And
wasn't
it's-
talking... yeah, no, that was garbage. And Justice League was...
Garbage?
Had some garbage. But Man of Steel was good.
Oh, yeah, the one where it's not really Superman.
Shut up,
it's an
Alex.
Elseworld
Shut your
thing.
mouth.
Yeah. The one where we have to have to
Stop
qualify
it.
it for 5
Stop
minutes.
speaking truth and go away. They managed to stop Adam for a while, and the JSA arrives just in time to stop Adam from doing further destruction because after the guy kills himself, then he. See, I'm already forgetting the film, and I even have help here.
So what happens is the guy goes, I turn off the shield because he needs Black Adam to kill him. And so Black Adam kills him. And the kid, there's a little bit of a lightning that hits the kid, and he goes, and he falls over. But the kid's fine because in the next scene, he's fighting the minions of the devil.
He was so upset because
He injured a kid.
Got hurt.
And it reminds him of his own kid.
He
Except for
gives up his power.
He didn't think about his kid at all. He just stands there and goes, I'm ready to give my power. I'm ready to be put into a prison cell for the rest of my life. And on a dime, he just goes from...
fucking stupid. Teth Adam would not do that.
Yeah, he just immediately relinquishes all of his powers because some random fucking kid who's
such
not
a good
even
guy.
seriously hurt because he's fine. He's literally fighting Satan's minions in the next scene.
This is so bad.
And that's what I was talking about in the first. The random child with a skateboard fighting off the minions of the devil is the dumbest thing. It's so terrible.
Go ahead. Exactly. The fucking uncle and the mother fighting goddamn undead warriors.
The minions of hell. And then he's got like a stick.
Kick their fucking ass.
Yeah, it is terrible. The more we're talking about this movie's a 4 again. I was giving it I was rounding up, I'm rounding down now. It's fucking 4.
You see, because it started well, and then
it starts well, and then
dude,
it's
I was
so
like,
bad.
the film is bad. It's the first thing I fucking said. But then y'all started talking it up like it was good.
The first half was
and
good.
then it made me remind me of the good parts.
And then
It's good action.
And I forgot about the bad.
It's good action.
This is the problem with reviewing films 10 minutes after we see it. Anyways, so Hawkman shows up to fucking imprison him. He's like, it's fine, man. I'll do it. And then he explains that he's not the real Black Adam. His son basically passed the power to him. He says Shazam. He voluntarily says the Shazam words.
And he turns into Vin Diesel.
And he turns into Vin Diesel. They probably got the Vin Diesel to
They should
show
have got
up.
a smaller body and a big ass head.
It would have looked even worse.
Well, Rock
like
hates Vin
bobblehead.
Diesel, right? Just to be like, me unpowered as Vin Diesel.
So yeah, then they take him to the stupidest fucking looking place that makes no sense. And I hated this lady who showed up in pure black,
The Peacekeeper
shiny
lady?
leather. Yeah, but what is she wearing here? I don't understand this.
Leather.
Looks like a fucking Nazi with the shiny leather. I'm like, this is dumb. And then Amanda Waller sends her regards. Just shut up. And I hate it. And you know what's so stupid?
Like, it's stupid.
Is they make a prisoner. I hope you could hold him. And he's like, yeah, we made something very specific for him. And then the shot pans out, and all the other fucking prisons are the exact thing that they made. They made the exact thing for Black Adam, and they made a bunch of other ones. So if you're a stupid audience member, you don't know. So there's 52 Black Adams or something. These are all Black Adams that can't say anything because of the thing.
Yes.
Could you have at least zoomed in and let me get a glimpse at? Because
At
there's some
one
really
or
big
two
ones in
of
the back.
them.
It's like, I fucking
Oh,
love
is
those.
that Solomon Grande?
Like, who the
or
fuck
what
is this?
it?
And there's like, nah, man, it's just,
Nah.
you don't get to see shit because
Right.
this movie sucks.
Fucking stupid. I fucking hated it. That part. Anyways,
then the
underwater prison place.
And then the devil happens because he gets the power of the 6 demons.
And then, you're right. And this was, oh my God. I'm going to have to lower my rating because then we do these. Do you remember the movie Spawn?
I love Spawn so
this
much.
This is what reminded
I was
me of
thinking
I was
about
thinking
that.
in the theater, and I
I was
forgot
like, please don't let
that
it
I
be
was
like
thinking.
Spawn. I was like,
It is kind of like Spawn. He shows up. I'll give you the power to raise my army,
we have
and you
our
will bring
champion.
hell on earth. It is exactly Spawn.
We have our
And
champion.
the CGI,
now.
well, the CGI was not quite as bad.
Exactly.
As
it was closer
But
than it needed to
It
be.
was not good. So then the Sabak raises the dead, and all across Conduct, holy shit.
And then a child starts beating their ass, and
With
then
a
she's like, "Okay, this
skateboard,
isn't
and then
this
a
isn't
woman with an overly.
It's a pipe."
It's a stupid looking pipe. They can't even get the pipes right. They can't do nothing. Anyways, so we also have this subplot of Fate touching his helmet, and he can see that Hawkman's gonna die. And he's like, "Bro, you're gonna die. Don't want you to die. You're my friend. You're gonna die. You're gonna die." And there's nothing we could do about it. I'm like, Fate's dead. But I just knew right away the first time he's like, ah! You see Hawkman getting hit. I'm like, Fate's dead.
But doesn't Hawkman when he died just get a new body and then just keep coming back? And isn't that his whole character?
Yeah, but
So what
also same thing with Dr. Fate. The helmet will choose somebody else
that's
too.
good.
No, but I mean
so-
specifically when Hawkman
no,
dies,
I-
his soul
yeah.
and he gets his memories back. So, it's like when he
Is
dies.
this not that version of Hawkman? I don't
I think it
fucking
is,
know.
right? It's been so long since I've watched.
There's so many Hawkmans, and I don't.
I'm pretty sure this is the one that was he was alive 2,000-3,000 years
not
ago.
a big Hawkman guy,
and then
but
he
yeah.
reincarnates himself and he gets all of his memories. So it's he's like, yeah, man, I die all the time, and then I just get a new body and everything's cool.
Oh, shit.
That's that's pretty much what my character is.
If that's the case, man, they really missed that one because they wanted to get a sad scene, and they said, which actor? If this actor died, nobody would care. But this actor, holy shit, you're gonna kill Pierce Brosnan? There are gonna be some tear jerkers in the theater. Oh man, my friend, and he puts a bubble. So eventually the Sabak comes to Earth and he starts fucking shit up. and Dr. Fate is like, all right, let's go beat him up. But then he doesn't want his friend to die, so he puts a bubble around it. I'm going to go fight him, and you guys can stay here. And what we need to do, y'all will stay here and do nothing. I will simultaneously fight him and talk to Black Adam and release Black Adam from his prison, because there is one person. He's like, you cannot defeat me. I am from hell. And Dr. Fate is like, I am the most powerful wizard, this and that, but I can't beat you.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's not my movie.
John Constantine shows up, and then he like trips, and then he dies.
And then Sabak dies.
Then Sabak dies, and everything's fine. Movie's over. That's what we needed to go get.
John Constantine. No, but I see what you're saying. In this movie, John Constantine would show up and, I suck too. Sabak, you're so powerful. There's only one being in this entire universe and the DC universe that could ever defeat you. It is Black Adam. And Dwayne's over here. Okay, yeah. And then my muscles are very big.
Yeah.
That's like the Vin Diesel part of him.
I'm so much bigger than Vin Diesel.
He really gets that in the scripts. My muscles are bigger. Woo!
And then, so they rescue Dwayne the Rock Adam, falls out of his prison cell, and he gets his ass beat.
No, he gets some help from Fate. Fate
helps him out. And then what happens is he's underwater, and he can't say Shazam on.
He does. He beats up the guards first, and I guess Fate doesn't want to help him beat the guy. You can handle this.
But then he wants to go from the bottom of the ocean to the not bottom of the ocean.
Freezing temperatures.
But why?
Because
freezing temperatures.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, because
he could have pulled it out.
Shazam, and they just take off.
So that they can have a scene of, God, I've seen this scene somewhere where there's a body. I think it was in Man of Steel, wasn't it? He's trying to do his own Superman here. What? I've seen that scene where the body's... Maybe it was from the trailers and it just got burned into my mind or something. So, yeah, he floats up to the top, and it looks like he's dead and he's drowned.
I'm dead.
But then he goes, Shazam! And then,
yeah, he has to have he goes on the spirit journey, and his son goes, it is not yet your time to die. And then they're like, no, they need a hero. I'm like, no, they need you. And he's like, oh, you're right. Yeah. You're dead, kid. And he goes, Shazam, and he goes, beats up the devil.
Mm-hmm. And his power is from the wizards, but I did like how they made sure to do the Egyptian gods instead of the, Greek gods, because he's, an Egyptian one. Not an Egyptian, Kondak, but, it's parallel. So then we go and the bubble breaks because Dr. Fate, as they try to rush to get to Dr. Fate, they see Dr. Fate is getting beat up, and he takes his helmet off, and he's like, he dies.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So,
very emotional?
Very emotional. Then
I wanted it to be, but there was no emotion there.
There wasn't.
And that's what sucked. So Fate makes the ultimate sacrifice, kind of needlessly. Then Fate so Adam shows up, and they start fighting. And Hawkman, Cyclone, Atom Smasher start fighting, and I'm like, what are you gonna do, Cyclone? You gonna push him with wind? I don't know.
He's gonna mess up his hair real bad.
I forgot previously to mention that when she fought Black Adam, she was throwing pipes at him, and she was hitting every fucking spot.
They were basically trying to fight the
around
minions.
him. Except for
she was trying to make a cage or something to the guy who can fly.
I don't know why.
Remember, it worked in Boba
Oh,
Fett.
is
Remember?
that what she was
Remember
doing?
what you do is you lock him into the thing, and you forget that he can just go up.
It was great. So stupid. I forgot to mention how stupid that was. Now, so then they all team up to fight him, but Sabak overpowers them. And just as he's about to fucking kill the JSA, that's when Black Adam shows up. And there was one really good shot when they're working together, where Adam like fucking grabs. They get him in the chair or something, and then Adam comes from behind and is like doing and they slow it down. Man, that looks like Black Adam right there. That looks so fucking cool. And he's getting help. Because later on, Black Adam Smasher's like, we were a good team. And he's like, yes, we were. And I was like, nah, I think Black Adam didn't really need you, but okay. Hawkman uses Fate's helmet. So here's what I thought. When I saw this telegraphing stuff coming, I was like, Fate is dead, and Hawkman's going to become Fate. But I'm like, please don't do that. Hawkman needs to be Hawkman, and Fate can be Fate. But I thought that that's what they were going to do, and they kind of do it, but no. He's like, my friend taught me this trick. So he just uses the helmet temporarily. He doesn't become Fate. He's not chosen by the helmet or anything like that. So he creates magical duplicates and basically helps Adam kill Sabak, even though he doesn't kill. He's like, I don't kill, but this guy's going to kill you, and I will allow it.
No, you're supposed to put him in the underwater jail, right?
No, he's a demon, and he doesn't deserve life.
What?
He's all. If you do really bad stuff, then you can be killed. But that goes against what you just said. What you said, no killing. But demons are killed? They're undead. That's why. You can kill the undead. So, well, he's a demon. But his army is the undead. So that's why when the kid on the skateboard so then they're doing, while this relatively cool fight is happening, we constantly are interrupted by a subplot of his mom and the uncle fighting side by side against the army of the undead.
And they are kicking the shit out of the undead.
They probably actually could do single-handedly kill the entire army of the undead. They don't even need the kid to show up. But in an even stupider moment, the kid, ADR, goes, "Hey, Mom!" And then they slow it down.
On your left, and then he shows up with all the villagers who have like...
On your left?
Yeah.
How dare
and then
you?
and one guy's got a loaf of bread, and the other guy's got a celery stick, and then one guy's got
I
a boxing
know,
glove
I
on,
was
and
like,
then they cartoon...
Stale baguette, I'm pretty sharp.
Stale
Yeah,
baguette.
yeah, and then
Those
they
are
beat the
powerful.
shit out of these not good CGI monsters.
I almost broke my tooth on one of those. Those are fucking hard.
Baguettes,
if you
man,
leave
no
it
joke.
out, there's no joke. Nobody has any goddamn weapons. They show them earlier. They show. This is a stupid scene that
Third act.
that happens after another stupid scene preceded it, where the kid was like, "What are y'all doing? Everybody, we need to fight." And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" What?
The undead? I have to go fight the undead?
Oh,
Like,
wait a minute. It's in the culture. Everybody knows about it. So that's why they did it
Yeah, it's
too,
all-
because they all read
It's
about
all
it.
dead.
And then, yeah, this kid's right. Let's fight the oppressors and overthrow and be liberated by our champion.
if let's say you're real hyped because your champion showed up, and then all of a sudden skeletons with weapons start crawling out, and like
Get
they're
some
like they're
fucking
filled with
guns.
fire and shit, and you're just like, you want me to follow that child, and you want me to go fight them?
The
No.
child was very convincing.
All he did was a hand signal.
Yeah.
The
Right.
fuck does that mean?
Anyway, so
Where's
it's just
everyone
so
going?
stupid. They all ultimately they all stop the undead. As they're fighting the undead. I forgot about this shot. They do a Braveheart slamming into each other as if they were two trained armies going. And I guess one guy dies.
No one died. I didn't
I
say
think there's one guy that dies.
Oh, he probably tripped on a rock and like hit his face because like.
But as they kill Sabak, they dissipate. So they, just as the uncle punches one in the face, he punches Ash instead because they all dissipate.
In the movie ends.
Yep.
And then the JSA leave. Now on good footing with him. Say, all right, you're cool now.
Even though our really good friend died, and all you had to do was not be
But what happened to prisoning him?
No.
no.
No, because
They need
Fate
him.
gave him permission
Yeah.
to. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So he basically accepts the role of protector of Kondak because outside they're screaming, "All hail the savior" or "All hail the protector," whatever. And that's kind of it. And then the show says Black Adam, and I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be it's gonna be in an after credit scene. So we get an after credit scene, and Amanda Waller shows up in the worst CGI since fucking Thor: Love and Thunder when that kid shows up that they had to fix it later in post. It looks like she's just in a green screen room, and they got they got this actress to come in on a Tuesday to film her lines. And then she says, hey, well, if you want to escape my prison, that's fine. So as long as you stay in conduct, because your country's a shit country, and I fucking hate it, and nobody's going to help you because y'all were oppressed, and we're all racist against you, and y'all suck. So stay in that shithole country, and that's your prison. Why she never fucking helped or anything, because it's not America, I don't fucking know.
And she's threatening this guy. It's like, I know you could be an ally, but I'm going to be a dick instead.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, there's nobody on this planet. And she's like, well, then I'll get help from off planet. I have a few friends that aren't from this planet. And that line is it's like way worse than what people thought it would be. Superman showing up and being like, well, good thing I'm not from the planet. Or, just so happens to be I'm not from the planet. But I guess Superman wouldn't say that, since he kind of, well, it's true, but he's kind of taken the planet as his new adoptive home. He's not trying to dismiss his Kent family and everything and Earth, whatever. But he shows up, and she's like, as you wish. He's like, yeah, nobody can stop me. Fucking call him right now. She says, as you wish. And then she turns into smoke. And then through the smoke, Superman shows up, and it's Henry Cavill. So he's back. They finally came to terms with WB getting his own movie, I hear. A Man of Steel sequel. I'm hoping that they will call it something cool, like Man of Tomorrow. It doesn't need to necessarily be Man of Steel 2. I'm wondering if they're going to fall. And this opens up so many questions. So now it's going to be like, wait, are we going to continue to do the sepia tone on everything? Are we going to continue to do the Snyderverse? Please no. I want it to be brighter. I want it to mix in some of the old school Christopher stuff.
All-Star Superman style stuff, like where it's just like...
It's just bright, white, lighter, and hopeful. And it's fuck, I even would rather him see you save a cat out of a tree than be mopey and crying that emo Superman. Anyways, so he says, Black Adam, we should talk. And then it smashes right there. And it's funny because you could tell that this was filmed at the last minute, because the song is still playing, the Black Adam song, and then it cuts. There's no jump. It doesn't fade in. It doesn't do anything. It's just boom, tacked right on there. It feels like a bit weird editing jump. But anyways, Superman is back, guys, and I'm very, very, very happy, as you can see him. Looking forward to the future. This makes me, while this film may not have been very good and watchable, I do think that I hope that Man of Steel 2, Man of Tomorrow, will not be these writers or this director, and they we'll get an awesome story out of that. So how do we want this to go down? I think Superman
focus on
gets
the main
one.
character. Let's not have other characters, like no kids, no other people.
Like side people to soften
just
in.
Focus on that.
God, it would have been
develop
so
their
cool if
characters.
it's just pure character story.
Yeah,
And go.
that's what I would want.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. They don't really, tease anything other than that, other than the setup, which does have me now concerned, because are we just going to rush into the Superman versus Black Adam fight, or... Well, no, because like Alex said, they have to have this really kind of boring and disappointing looking Shazam where he fights two old ladies and a dragon. Really? Fuck.
It was almost like it was the perfect opportunity
to have it be that film
coherent
right there.
and make sense, and then you get to follow amazing works that are already done. You already have a blueprint instead.
But they already rushed this. DC was like, "Hey, Shazam did well. We need another one." But the Black Adam stuff, we haven't sorted it out yet.
Too late.
Dwayne Johnson, he's busy until this date. I don't give a fuck. Do a sequel. Well, Black Adam would be in the third one,
unless they're gonna do a Shazam 3 or Black Adam 2.
I think Black Adam 2, they could maybe do it instead of Shazam 3.
And that would have to that can come out whenever in relation to the next Superman movie, and then that's when you have the Shazam, because Shazam and Black Adam conflict absolutely makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Honestly, that has to happen before Superman shows up. Okay? Black Adam is not fucking Superman's villain. It's just a cool fucking fight that can happen between two super powerful beings. He needs to show up and he needs to be fucking with Shazam first, and then, Superman is involved. What I'm hoping is that, because Shazam is clearly friends with Headless Henry Cavill, maybe they can go back and refilm that and fix it on a DVD. Then they could say that they're hanging out one time and then Black Adam shows up to beat them all up, but why would he do that? Because he's a good guy.
Well, Black Adam. I could think Black Adam. He was in prison for 5,000 years by the by the Wizard, and he's just like, fuck that guy.
On a revenge quest against the
He goes after the Wizard. Shazam shows up, and that sets up their own movie after Shazam 2. And then I think Black Adam should have won in this movie as the villain. I think he needs to win as that movie, and then you get a team up. You actually get Superman and Shazam needing each other to beat up Black Adam.
Okay.
Because, they have a code and he's not supposed to, even though he doesn't have a code in this because they're cowards and he only kills bad guys.
All right. Well, let's look at the future. So, Johnson stated that the DC films plan on Black Adam and Shazam appearing in a future film together, and that Henry Cavill, Superman, that there are plans for him to face off against Superman in the future. And though he believed this will take place after Black Adam and Shazam collide, so exactly what we were talking about. Good. And Danny Garcia stated in 2021 that Johnson and other producers plan to make multiple Black Adam films during their long-term relationship with DC. Fuck. I hope they hire better writers and kind of learn from the feedback that they're getting. Johnson has always put the fans first. And he says, this is for the fans, and this is what the fans wanted. So I do think he will listen to the feedback without, attacking the fans, like Rings of the Power do and She-Hulk does. I do think he'll listen. And that there was potential for Cavill and Johnson to appear in a future project together, Superman and Black Adam. That November, Haram elaborated that they already had an outline for future films and spin-offs featuring Black Adam and the JSA that would be depending on the first film being a success.
We'll see.
And added later that other characters beyond Shazam and Superman were being considered as potential future rivals for Black Adam, such as Wonder Woman. Why would you need to do that? You don't need to do... Okay. And then... in a separate interview, Johnson stated the character will interact with various characters within the DCEU continuity, and while there's also options for iterations of the characters that exist in their own separate universes, namely the Batman and Joker, to cross over through a multiversal scenario, is what he mentioned.
Oh, no.
He confirmed Black Adam serves as Phase 1. Furthermore, he confirmed Black Adam serves as Phase 1 of a new storytelling era in the DCEU, in the same vein as the cinematic universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe's manner of presenting their films in phases. So he says this is Phase 1 of the DCEU. His film starts it. Man of Steel started the DCEU and then kind of fucking, puttered out and...
It wasn't his fault.
Wasn't his fault. We got two good films out of it. We got Wonder Woman and we got Man of Steel. And we got All Right. No, we got Shazam's a good one.
That's not necessarily part of it.
It doesn't really feel... It is part of it, but it doesn't feel like it.
Part of it,
yeah, okay. And that's it. On October 18th of this year, Garcia and Flynn revealed that there were already plans for a Black Adam sequel with the hopes of having it out sooner than later, depending on the film's success again. So the budget for this film was $200 million. Oh, shit.
It'll make that back.
This thing is tracking at, I think, 65 to 70 million. Well, I hope my 8 tickets help, and I will go see it more. Actually, I will have bought more than 8 tickets. And the fan side of me says, go watch it and tell us what you think of it. But the critic side says, you can, if you want, skip this one. If it's 100% confirmed that we're getting a Man of Steel.
Well, no, I mean they're in people like you're saying it's confirmed. It's like they're in the stage of movies
talking
where like movies die the vast majority of times at this phase. And
well,
so like
that's why I'm concerned, because if
Yeah.
this comes out and this bombs, like let's say it comes out next week that this film made half of what they thought it would make, I think that the Man of Steel 2 film might be in trouble.
I think this. I think
Or do
it's.
you think it'll still go forward?
I think this movie, if it's made that much money already, and it's fucking Thursday, and it's not even.
No, it hasn't made that.
Oh.
I said it is projected to make the opening 65 to 70.
okay.
That's a projection.
I think
It still has the potential to.
I don't know. I think it'll be fine. I think that if they finally figured out the whole Henry thing, that they're willing to make another movie. I don't think it's going to be as like the Mummy universe that they tried to do with Tom Cruise, where like the
Oh,
opening
yeah.
one was so bad
The
that
dark
they
universe.
just
That they
completely got rid of
canceled
it. This movie is fucking bad as well, but I think that
That's why I was worried. But I think that they can kind of have this be a speed bump and then get it going, right? Because the one thing it got right is Dwayne Johnson is Black Adam, and I liked it. I like him as Black Adam.
yeah, except the voice.
But they kind of ruined certain aspects that he could become possessed and evil, so they're going to have to do something. Kill off the skateboard kid and the mother to piss him off and isolate him.
aside.
Isolate him to where he is like a lone tyrant, ruler, and does have somewhat of a code where he won't, so yeah. All right. Anyways, this has got super long, but of course, you knew this was going to be long. So I'll break this out into 2 videos. And thank you so much for watching. And I'm excited for, yes, the film wasn't very good. So it feels like a hollow victory because I wanted this film to be badass. And I wanted to scream at you guys, you must go see this. If you don't see this, you're not my friend. And I wanted to, but I can't do that because it's just not at that level, I did that for Man of Steel, by the way. And if you didn't see Man of Steel, I'm very mad at you. But and I will probably be doing that
Even
for Man
I
of Steel
like
too.
even I like Man of Steel, even though it was a very flawed movie.
Sweet. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, that's it. And we will see you in the future of the DCEU brought to you by Dwayne Johnson. And fuck you to the old VP, forget the guy's name, who actively was trying to keep Henry out of it because he hated Zack Snyder so much. He wanted no more of Henry Cavill's Superman and none of that. So that's why there was the headless cameo in Shazam, and that's why he kept blocking it, and he did not want a sequel. That guy is now gone. Fuck you.
Yeah, the only good thing Discovery did.
Yeah. Bye, guys.